I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 123. And today we are doing No Excuses Part 2. I figured that, we just did episode 122 about no excuses, but I figured we need to stay in that for a little bit because I find so many people make so many excuses. And one of my mentors used to say, don't let little things cheat you out of big opportunities. Don't let little things cheat you out of big opportunities. They say, hey, listen, I want to change my life. I'm looking for opportunity, but I got to take the trash out tonight. So I'm not going to be able to show up to that meeting or that event that you have. Right? Like, seriously? You got to take the trash out, or you got to go chase the dog, or like you got to wash the dog. I mean, okay. And so my thing is, I just find so many people, because of the type of work that I do, I get to hear all the excuses, like excuses on all kind of levels, right? And like, it's really, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want the freedom that you say you want? Let me give you a little test. So, what is your favorite car? I want you to think about it. What is your dream car? Like, maybe it's a Maserati, maybe it's a Ferrari, a Ferrari, maybe it's a Spider, right? Maybe it's a Lamborghini. Did I say that? A Lamborghini? Maybe it's a Tesla. Maybe it's, I don't know. There's all kind of cool cars out there. But let's just say that your dream car, it doesn't even have to be a dream car. Maybe it's a dream home, whatever. But I got the keys right out. I got the keys in my hand. I got the car out front. I got the home with the address already ready at the location that it's at. Right. And I got the keys in hand. And I come to you and say, listen, I got what you need. I got exactly what you want. Your dreams, like, you almost designed it in your head, and I have it carefully crafted and ready to give to you. But there's only one thing. I just need you to get $500 and put it in my hand, or $1,000, or look, it could be $100. It doesn't even matter what the cost is. But I'm telling you, I have your dream car, I have your dream home, and I got the keys in my hand, ready to give and put in your hand. And I just need you to exchange $500 and put it into my hand. Would you get it? What would you do? What would you? I don't have $500. You don't have $500 for the Lamborghini, for the house, for the dream car, right? So, like, you got to figure that thing out. You know what I mean? Like, who can you borrow from? What can you sell? Like, and it's not even about the exchange. I'm just trying to prove a point that when you want something bad enough, you got to find a way to get it. And sometimes we don't understand that there's delayed gratification, meaning that I think I talked about that on the last episode, that everything's not going to be given to you right up front. So let's just say you invested in a business. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight. You're not going to be a millionaire next week, right? It's delayed gratification. That doesn't mean you can't be. It just means you got to put the work in, right? But it's still $1 million opportunity, right? Even if you only paid $100 for it, even if you only paid $500 for it, it's still $1 million opportunity if you see it as such and if you work it as such. Does that make sense? So, like, I could spend all day on this because, again, there's so many excuses. I don't have time. Well, you don't have time doing what? Like, what are you doing that's so important for you not to have freedom? Like, I don't have money. Well, then don't we need to do something to change that so we can get money, right? You know, I got too much going on. What is too much going on, right? Usually, um, one of my mentors, he said something, and I think I might have. I think I might have shared it on social media. I'm trying to remember it, but it was basically, man, I can't even think of it right now. It'll come to me. But I'm just saying we let little things cheat us out of big opportunities, like little things cheat us out of big opportunities, and we got to stop doing that because it's getting in the way of what we really say that we want, right? And if we want it bad enough, nothing should get in your way. Absolutely nothing. But why is it that we let everything get in the way of what we really want? A couple things. Here's a couple reasons why. Because we don't believe that we can get what we want. Sometimes we don't believe that we're worthy of what we want, right? And so it's like fleeting satisfaction. It's like smoking mirrors, so to speak, that we just don't believe that it can happen. So we're not going to take the action that's required or necessary for it to happen. But I'll say this. I said this on some podcast before. One of my other mentors said this: if it has been done, it can be done, and if it can be done, it can be done by you. So what does that mean? That means that if other people have achieved those levels of success and they didn't have a car, but they still made it happen. See, every excuse you can give, there's somebody who succeeded with that same excuse. Like, look, I can't do it because I'm working 3 jobs. Well, listen, somebody else had 3 jobs and they made it happen. I can't do it because I don't have any money. Well, listen, somebody else didn't have the money, but they found a way, right? I can't do it because um shoot, like my family life is just all in shambles. Look, I can't do it because I'm sick, right? Well, listen, somebody else was sick and they just said, look, I'm not going to let that get in the way of building my legacy, doing my dreams, right? Now don't get me wrong, there's within reason, right? Of course, right? Families first, right? And you got to take care of your health, right? So I'm not diminishing that, but what I'm saying is if you can do it, go for it. Why not give it everything you have? Why play with it, right? Like we say we want freedom, but then we think freedom is free and it's just going to be handed to us. There is a reason why only 5% of the world get wealthy, 10% of the world, right? There's a reason. I heard someone say that if you take all the money in the world and you take it away from everybody, and then you equally distribute it to everybody, sooner or later, it'll all end up right back in the same hands it initially was in. Meaning that there's going to be a group of people who don't have, and then there's a group of people who have a whole lot, like way more than everybody else. And by the way, I'm not just talking about money. I'm just talking about the ideas and the philosophy that's around the way we think. That's mainly what I'm getting at. It's not even about the money. It's about the freedom, right? But just think about that. Like it'll all if it's all equally distributed, but it'll soon find itself right back into the same hand. And here's why: because of mindset, because of excuses, because of the ways we think, right? Because one says, hey, when I get it, I'm going to invest it. The other one says, when I get it, I'm going to spend it. Like the one says, no matter what's happening, I'm going to make a way to make it happen. And the other one that says, um, I got all this stuff going on, so I can't. I just can't. Yes, you can. You just choose not to. Right? One says, I don't have time. The other one says, there is no time. There's only priorities, right? And this is a priority, so I'm going to make time. Does that make sense? Because everybody has 24 hours in a day. You remember the one story that I told you some episodes ago, where it's two people that were commissioned to go to Africa to sell shoes, and the one says, "What the world? Why did you send me to Africa and no one here is wearing shoes?" And then the other one says, "Oh my goodness, I'm here in Africa and no one's wearing shoes. Send me more shoes so I can sell more shoes because I'm about to be out, right? Two same circumstances, but two different outcomes because of two different mindsets. And that's the thing. Um, the excuses comes from a mindset. So it's not the excuse that we're giving, it's the mindset why we give the excuse. So we gotta switch our mindsets up. We gotta switch how we think. We gotta stop this thinking, right? You may want to say, okay, how would a successful person think here? How would a successful person act here or behave here, right? And then can we actually emulate what those who are successful and already making it happen? And by the way, this is not just like finances and things like that. This is relationships, this is health, wealth, everything, all that, everything. It's not just one area. It's never just one area. Um, but once you learn and understand one area, you can kind of start to develop in the other areas because you can apply the same principles, right? And it goes back to mindset. The reason we give excuses is because we have the wrong mindset, right? And so, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you got a lot from it. And I'm fired up right now because I just want people to stop making excuses for not winning, right? Go out there and make it happen. Do what you need to do, right? Success is imminent. It's there. It's available. It's possible. It's tangible, right? Whatever success is to you, whatever your dream lifestyle is, whatever way you want to live, you don't have to live the way you're told that you have to live. You can decide. You get to write the book. You get to write the story. You get to make the sentences and the paragraphs and the chapters. But are you gonna do that, or are you just gonna let somebody else do it? And then you know, just go with whatever way the wind blows. Oh, the wind is blowing that way, so I'll just go that way because that's the way the wind's blowing. No, no, you gotta set your sail and you got to determine, look, the wind may blow me this way, but I'm still going that way, right? Because that's my mindset. I'm going with or without you. I'm going by myself if I have to. If it is to be, it's up to me. I'm making it happen. And once you get that attitude, it's a done deal. So take care, guys. This is episode 123. We'll see you over the top. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.